Joyce. 99.3 Nigeria Info, the sunny side. My name's Joyce. Well, welcome to the show, the sunny side. And of course, let me be the one to tell you, as you might have observed, that there are too many moving parts all at once. You just heard Onyemuwa tell you about a new development, a directive from the NBC to broadcasting stations to no longer patronize Twitter. Well, yeah, that's an update. On WhatsApp, if you're going to be sending me a message, 080-959-75085. On WhatsApp, that's 080-959-75805. You got that? 080-959-75805. Okay, now we're back to that conversation that we were having, and it pretty much has to do with the NBC now. And it's interesting because it goes with immediate effect. 99.3 Nigeria Info, we're talking about your reaction. We're getting your reaction as far as NBC regulating social media platforms. And this is coming off the backs of Twitter and the Twitter ban in Nigeria. 0700-993-993-993 and 01465-7190. Welcome to the show. This is Nigeria Info. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon. Chima calling from Idrisha.
Turn off your radio, lady. Please speak up and go ahead.
Oh, all right. Just now, I quite appreciate your program. It's quite informative and
Thank you.
educating. And my take on the issue of NBC regulating Twitter or other social media platforms is that our sovereignty as a nation is very important in this role.
Okay.
Nigerian sovereignty as a nation is very important. But the problem is that we always play the role of ethnicity and tribalism when it comes to national issues. If every Nigerian can tell ourselves the truth, starting from the presidency to the Senate, to the rest, our governor, and we the citizens, then we now remember that we did government in secondary schools, even down to the university. We understand what sovereignty means. This particular problem could bring a bigger issue for Nigeria in the international community.
Okay.
So if NBC regulates any other social media platform, it should not be from a biased mind from the government or sentimental from the citizens. Why? Because if government has done this earlier on, as they regulate like NTN and Glo and the rest, if they have done it earlier on,
and radio stations,
it would have been quite acceptable.
Okay.
But right now, we find out that they are doing it at the same time, and the Nigerians will see it as tribalism and sentimental.
It's what Nigerians, but I want to know how you see it. Do you think it is not possible for there to be regulation and in the same breath not be bias? You think that there could be bias happening at the same time?
Okay, for now, I suggest they should hold on to that. Not now. This is not the right time.
When is the right
There's
time?
always a season for everything. Me, if I'm to support it, it's not now. This is not the right time.
Do you support it?
If I'm to support it,
No. You're saying if I'm to support it as though you...
Yes.
Do you support
They are
it?
the ones in charge of communication in Nigeria. Yes.
Yeah.
But the truth is that where is the foundation? What is the background to this? What is the antecedent to this?
Yeah, but so maybe I should also ask you to recall that, for example, maybe there need not be a background. For example, we invited someone as a radio station, and the person said something that they believed was divisive, and we got fined. There need not be a background. Other radio stations have been fined for doing something.
Because the government will not be the one dictating for us. We are no longer in democracy.
Yeah, but you say you support it, and I'm just hoping you'll stand your ground.
I would have.
You support it, don't you? Oh, well, it doesn't quite appear that you are clear, or maybe I'm the one who's not understanding you. Welcome to the show. Good afternoon.
Hello, Joyce. Good afternoon.
Welcome to the show. Tell us your name. You can go ahead real quick. We have our friends calling too.
I'm Daniel, and
Go ahead.
I haven't been in support of some of the federal government's policies.
Okay.
But on this issue, I choose to be on the bandwagon and not in the crowd. First of all, Twitter is responsible for what happened. They gave the federal government the opportunity to do this. Hello?
We're listening to you, my friend. Please go ahead.
Okay, so if you go through the tweets of the president, it's an issue of the country being divided.
Yeah.
He said that those of us that were part of the Civil War and experienced what happened will treat the younger generation that did not experience it in a way and language that they understand. Anyone who witnessed the Civil War would know the harm it caused and would never be in support of another war and Nigeria being divided. Now, if you go to the social media, all of them, the kind of comments you read there are very strange. We have the capability to cause a lot of harm to Nigerians.
Okay.
Now, what has Twitter been doing to remove some of those comments? Twitter removed the president's comments. Now these comments were there. They didn't remove it. It was after the president, after the federal government took this action that Twitter deleted Nnamdi Kanu's comments. I'm a proponent of the Igbos ruling this country or having their own country.
Yeah. Go ahead.
But then, if you see what is happening in this issue, you will notice that what happened comes from a long way.
So basically, you're saying you support it, which is also okay. You support it.
Yes, but let me continue. Let me learn.
No, but you don't have too much time, so you have to get to the end part of it real quick.
Okay, just a few more seconds. The anger of the federal government is also due to the fact that Twitter is benefiting a lot from Nigeria. And when Twitter wanted to cite their African headquarters, they took it to Ghana. Whereas they have a very large market in Nigeria.
If you were Twitter, would you have chosen Nigeria? Because you also have to consider that. If you were Twitter.
From the business standpoint and from the security angle, I would cite it in Ghana.
So.
But then Twitter should do a lot to delete most of those divisive comments on their platform.
Okay. So you agree that social media or Twitter specifically, as we have it right now, has the capability of undermining our collective unity, yeah?
Exactly.
Are there other things that have the capability of undermining our collective unity? Are there other national issues that we have?
There are so many. Even some of the actions of the federal government have the ability to do that.
So have you tried comparing between Twitter and some of the things that you believe, also have the capability of undermining our corporate unity? Have you compared which one is graver, which is heavier? Have you thought about that? And what's your
to do that. But
okay? But as far as this goes, you support it. As far as this goes,
yes,
thank you. Thank you very much for calling. So we have someone who supports the government and the Twitter ban right now. Hello, good afternoon to you. Welcome to Nigeria Info. Can you hear me? I do apologize. I cannot hear you. If you can hear me, please call back 0700 993 993 993 and 01465 7190. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Joyce. It's nice speaking with you.
We're glad to have you here. What's your name?
My name is Opia.
Okay, so we're looking at the NBC regulating all social media platforms. I want to know what you have to say about that. And I'm going to ask you to also consider pretty much your history being Nigerian, listening to radio, and the fines and justifications for those fines. And now the fact that social media will now be regulated by the NBC. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. My take on it is that the Nigerian government is intolerant of the people. Secondly, we have the information freedom of information law, does this not negate the freedom of information law? That is a question that NBC and the government need to answer. Because in a situation where we have a government not listening to the other people, what are the reactions that Nigerians have tweeted? Is that the president should not be talking of war in a democratic setting. Ordinarily, if some people are talking or they are inexperienced about what happened in the Civil War, what we expected from a democratic president will be how this thing can be resolved. And not just talking tit for tat and telling everybody come out and prepare to fight the chief.
So now that the NBC is regulating social media, I want to get your feedback from that. We've been fined, other TV stations have been fined. I want to get your feedback. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. My position is that it is not proper because they are trying to make it impossible for Nigerians to express their mind.
Oh.
You go to broader media, they are fine. Even you, Joyce, most times you find it very difficult to express yourself because you are interested in protecting your organization. And some of us, when we give our opinion, you want to see how we will manage
modulate it.
It will not be seen as we are anti-government. But this government is promoting things that will make people to be anti-government. And there is violence everywhere. There is issues everywhere. Let people express their mind. And if they express their mind, what government can take, they take. The one that they cannot take, they leave it.
Do you think that maybe the issue here is the expression of your mind, where maybe when you put your mind on Twitter, then the government thinks, well, that has the capability of inciting violence or maybe undermining our corporate existence?
It means the government is inexperienced, immature.
Okay. Thank
you.
If
they are mature and they are experienced, they should be able to accommodate all sorts of opinions, crystallize it, analyze it, and then take the one that is good.
Sounds solid. Thank you very, very much for calling. I do appreciate. Thank you. Thank you. 99.3 Nigeria Info, Dima from Ikeja. Hello, welcome to the sunny side. My name's Joyce. We're glad to have you. Go ahead.
Okay, good afternoon, Joyce.
Yeah, good afternoon, lady. Go ahead.
So, the ban of...
Could you speak up, honey? Please speak up.
Okay, the ban of Twitter.
Yeah, sure. And then the fact that the NBC would now regulate social media, I want to know what you think about that, considering what you've heard about, the thin line we walk as, broadcasters, or maybe as radio stations.
The banning of the social media is the main thing to me now, because all the information we get, we don't even get them from the mainstream media. We get them from the social media. Some of the time, you will see that something will be happening somewhere. Somebody will come on Twitter. Maybe it will be in your area. Please don't come this side, they are shooting. You may be okay. You take time to hold yourself back and then. Okay, all this killing they are doing so many places, most of them is not reported on the mainstream media. It's from the blogs. Now they are coming there to say that because they don't want you to know what they are doing. They don't want you to know those hidden things they are doing from various angles. Because they have already got the mainstream media. They can't even announce the most important things happening in the country. You get to see it from the blogs. Now they want to come in there so that we can no longer be able to say things or hear things that is happening, because even the ordinary blogs that we will go to get information will be gagged. Most of them will be out of business. You can't even get the normal information you are supposed to get concerning your area, concerning the people they are killing. You that is in the radio cannot even show a dead body of anybody that has been killed.
So now,
or even go to the area to cover it.
But maybe you have other social media platforms, so you don't necessarily have to worry too much if Twitter is your concern.
Other social media platforms that will also be monitored by NBC.
Exactly.
How can you not get the information if they are being monitored, if they will pay fines? I can't even say the things I need to say now because you won't even allow me to.
Oh, wow. So
even the ones that are the truth, that they will somehow and still prosecute you about, even when they see evidence that what you are saying is true. It's true.
So
you are still going in for it.
But then,
so what are you saying?
But then the government's position is, well, we're going to, suspend Twitter indefinitely. We actually suspect their presence here, and from our observation, it looks as though, this whole Twitter thing has the capability of dividing us. What do you think about that?
It's not the Twitter that is dividing us; it's the government that is dividing us. It's not the Twitter. One government will not bring justice to. We give justice to some people and we give injustice to some people. Some people are killing and burning everybody. They will call them bandits and call the people that are agitating terrorists.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Who is even dividing who? Is it Twitter or is it the government?
Question.
The government that will steal the black and call it white. Who is dividing who? No justice anywhere. Is it the Twitter that I will now come and say, see, this injustice has been done to me? Governments will know that is the truth and they don't want me to say it. They will not say I've done something bad and they will close it up.
Thank you very much for calling.
They don't want you to hear the truth.
Thank you. Thank you very, very much for stating your opinion clearly. I do appreciate that. Ekene is here. Good afternoon to you. Welcome to the sunny side.
Yeah, Joyce Onyemuwa.
Welcome. Go ahead.
Afternoon, yeah. This is Ekene. You see, there is a question we keep asking. Are you sure we are in a democracy? The truth of the matter, partially we are in a military regime. And I had somebody who was quoting now, telling us what Mr. President said in Twitter, but he could not finish it. Don't you hear the same person is saying, asking the question, what did they want? Now it's going to feed them the language they understand. And that person who was quoting this corner could not finish it. He could only choose one should. And again, I was listening to the Lai Mohammed, what he was saying. He's using a present tweet and comparing them the Kalu tweets. Nnamdi Kanu can make a tweet that people may not take serious, but if a president make a tweet, people will take it more serious. That is to show their ideology or the people we have in the government. My dear sister, you cannot give what you don't have. And as listen to you what you said about what Nigeria have lost so far, the question should be asking, where is the so-called special advisors? Where are they? Majority of Nigerians today, youths, which the government has said provide a job for them. Majority of Nigerians are making their daily living in social media. Did they consider that? And someone were quoting and telling me what the social media also in terms of the short nation. I'm telling them to what Nigerians are saying outside the social media, even more water the one they are saying in social media. Did they listen to when Donald Trump was a president? When people were saying against each other.
So can I ask you what you think about this, NBC regulation at this point?
You see, as I said, they have their own time. They have their time. They can say what they want to do. The truth that we have entered. It doesn't matter. So let's just wait. Whatever we should take it. That reality, they cannot give what they don't have. These people are making a policy to try to favor one part of the nation. It's all about my ego. Why are we here today? Because of the tweet is deleted. It's not just because they deleted you. That means all Nigeria should not be in Twitter. Come on, is that how leaders should run?
Thank you very much for calling. We have Christopher here from Ikoyi. Good afternoon to you. Welcome to the show. You can go ahead.
Thank you very much, Joyce. Joyce, you remember some time ago, I asked you a question. How come?
Hello. Sorry, I lost you. Hello. Good afternoon to you. Welcome. Ooh, turn off the volume of your radio set. Hello. Turn off the volume of your radio set.
My name is Mr. Bakari.
Thank you very much. Go ahead.
And I'm calling from Badagry.
Thank you. Turn off your radio, please. The sunny side. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Joyce.
Welcome.
Yeah, this is Pastor Ladipo.
Okay.
Calling from Orile Egomo.
Thank you.
You see, my take on the NBC decision to regulate social media is nothing but the spirit of authoritarian. Number one, this social media was the same tool this government used in coming to power. So now, what did they see that is wrong? They've already gagged the mainstream media. Now they want to gag the social media. See, my take is this. If the government is doing right, they have nothing to fear about criticism from social media. Are you getting my point?
Yeah.
Because some of them were saying that their Twitter is against them, this and that. If they take down the president's tweet, the president have special assistants, special advisors on social media. Are they just collecting salary? Are they not there to help the president? So, are they the one that advise them that go and take this decision? And you can imagine a whole attorney general is saying that people that are using Twitter, after this morning, the state governor used Twitter. Is he going to also arrest the state governor?
We're persuaded to believe that maybe if that threat is true, or if he makes true on his threats, then of course.
So you see, the NBC, they are overstepping their bounds. And information is key when it comes to governance. Information is key.
Yeah, but you see, the NBC would say that the government gives them power to regulate.
Yes. Does their regulation cover social media?
At this point, now we can say yeah.
Cover. So if it will cover now, is this not geared towards coming 2023, where people will not be able to express opinions and feelings? May God save Nigeria.
Thank you very much for calling. Thank you. I have a message here. Joyce, giving NBC to license social media houses and platforms or just strategies to tame Nigerian expressions of freedom of speech. In 83, the same thing happened when PMB overthrew Shagari's government. He restricted media platform and houses then, and during then he wasn't doing fine as a leader. Nigeria today, we're suffering a lot in the hands of terrorists, bandits, and dangerous herdsmen that are killing, kidnapping, abducting Nigerian people on a daily basis. The president should focus more on protecting lives and properties of citizens of the country instead of chasing shadows. Twitter is not the fundamental challenge facing the country now. There are bigger problems or issues that demand urgent attention. Hello, we have Bayo here on the show. Welcome, Bayo. Good afternoon to you.
Hello, good afternoon, Joyce.
Welcome. We're glad to have you here. NBC regulating social media. What do you think?
Yeah. Well, my take is just that, first of all, it is saddening and it's quite unfortunate that we have found ourselves at this level. Okay? And their actions, it's also a proof and a show of this, their nepotic, what's it called, ideology of monopoly of power, of ownership of this nation. As a matter of fact, I mean, Twitter is an organization. Twitter is a company on its own. They have their policies. So it was in the violation of the policy, that makes up the organizations that they acted upon. It's even a show of that. Like I said, that nepotism ideology, you understand, has permeated their reasoning. Because it's not because of that. This is by we all of us know.
Do you think? First of all, would you turn off your radio?
Yes.
Okay, real quick. Undermining our national unity. Do you think Twitter pretty much has that? Has that capability, or would you say you've considered other things that have, the same likelihood of undermining our national unity?
No. It is that arrogance of, I can do it all. That's what I was trying to say. We know in some of the government...
You have a minute.
Today, right? We have a lot of people that, of course, they are not qualified to be there. But because of that nepotism, because of that nepotic syndrome, that, fine, anything goes. You can't just let anything could not just go in other people's climb. That's what is happening.
All right.
You can't just dump anything there. So they have their own policy. So if you don't let us go by the strength of the merit and what was it called? Qualification here in Nigeria and giving people appointments. You can't use that one to say, okay, it is my brother. You can't just do anything anyhow in some other people's climb. That's what is happening.
All right. Thank you very much for calling. 99.3 Nigeria Info. We're going to go for a break. When we come back, I'll share a few messages and then we segue into something else. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. This is the Sunny Side.
customer use 6 times your recharge and double data bonus.
I'll follow my guy.
I go block you now. I go block you now. You go see am.
Terms and conditions dey. 9 Mobile.
Hi there. If anyone ever asks you for your banking app, password, or PIN, your card PIN, or the 3 numbers on the back of your card, your pay ID, or answers to your security questions, do not give it to them. These details are private and highly confidential. They must never be shared. Stay smart. Don't lose your money to scammers. This message is from Kuda Microfinance Bank, the bank of the free. Download Kuda on the Play Store or the App Store and open an account to enjoy free banking.
I feel alive, so alive when I'm with my best friends, indulging my G exotic. Nothing makes my drink more than when the mixer is delightful G exotic. And after a long day, I wanna relax with the taste of my G exotic.
Indulge and get lost in the deeply satisfying taste of the Chi Exotic range of delicious fruit blends.
Chi Exotic Nectar. I love the taste. Now available in can.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We are back.
We're back on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Activate your radio active on 99.3 Nigeria Info. My name is Joyce.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We're back, and it's 28 minutes past 1 p.m. A caller said, I have a message here, on WhatsApp. He says, a caller said Twitter can undermine our unity. That makes me laugh. The president's thread undermines our unity. Abiodun from Ikeja, thank you very much for calling. You say the regime is playing chess with our lives. The move is really not about Twitter, but targeted at us as a people. They want our IMEI, our phone number, our social engagement, everything. Government wants a zombie republic because their deeds are shady. Thank you very much. Joyce, Nnamdi Kanu's tweets has led to the insecurity currently being experienced in the East. If not regulated, Twitter can cause insecurity in Nigeria. Thank you very much, Ose, for your message. Ose believes that Twitter can cause insecurity. I do appreciate that. Joyce, isn't it evident that the government is very insensitive to the plight of the country? I sometimes wonder if Lai Mohammed and Malami really passed the 4 walls of university because it's really annoying. Henry from Ikoyi. So I really wanted to get your reaction about this NBC regulation. Yeah, I think that you're pretty much... I think you're dealing with the reality now that Twitter, that was that place you go to once in a while or maybe go to every day, now has been, banned indefinitely. So we don't even know when, if ever, it's coming back. So I want to know what you think about the regulation of Twitter. Now, I do encourage you to please refer back to the thin line we walk when, we as media houses report news. You've heard about our fines, you've heard about how sometimes we can't say stuff, and sometimes I come and tell you, look, I can't say this thing because of the regulation. I have to be a middleman, and I do all of that with the good, with all the good intention that I can foster. But sometimes good intentions are not enough. The day we got fined, it was honestly just good intention and reporting the news. Reporting an opinion. And some other people who got fined, pretty much, I am sure that their intent was to just report the news and something happened and hey, they got hit by a stray from the NBC. Now, given the way social media works, where everybody just comes out, throwing out their opinions, I want to get to feeling as to what you think about this whole regulation now. It's about to change the entire game as far as social media is concerned. Let's see. This is a very lengthy one. You're going to have to forgive me. I'm going to ask you make your messages as straight to the point as you can afford. Joyce, I support regulations of the social media. Citizens should be considered before certain actions are taken in any authority. I also know that there is tension in the country, but it can be managed when we weigh our actions before acting it out. Thank you very much. This is Abong from Alakija. All right, so I wish I had an opportunity to ask Abong, are there other issues that pretty much threaten our corporate existence? because I don't know whether you think that Twitter is about the only threat facing us. Yeah, at least before this moment. I want to know whether you've considered the possibility that other things, have an equal tendency to spark, tension within communities. I want to just know what your thought about this, our corporate unity statement really is. All right, I'm going to try this one. Your name is Emmanuel. You say, Joyce, what Buhari and his presidency is doing is what a child used to do when playing with his fellow child. When he is being won, he starts fighting and crying, chasing his fellow child around. Oh, you think it's childish? Oh, by the way, I thought to mention that Trump's been banned from Facebook for 2 years. So Trump will not have either access or be able to make a post on Facebook for another 2 years. Yeah, that's including the months he has suffered ban of both Twitter and Facebook. Let's quickly go to the telephone lines. I have Jeff here, who's a first-time caller calling in from Abuja. Hello, Jeff. Good afternoon to you. Welcome to the show.
Good afternoon, Joyce.
Welcome. Go ahead.
Yeah. My own opinion.
Sure.
This is the first time this government is doing something that I'm so in love with.
Beautiful.
Yes. Banning of Twitter is to me, it's very, very good opinion.
Okay.
Right?
It's a good action by the government.
It's not the one that is causing problem to the country, but it's part of the architect of the problem in this country today. All the social medias, what is going over there is not well regulated.
Oh, help me understand it. When you say that social media is not the main problem, but pretty much is part of the problem, what do you mean when you say that?
Yes, what I mean is that the information over there, the masses are taking it the way they see it. Some don't understand some information.
So, do you think that the information or the reporting should be modulated? The information should be reduced. It should be the facts should be sieved. Only little should be given. Others should not be given.
It should not coming up the way it is on the social media. Masses are taking it that way.
So let me give you an example. And I want to see how you interpret it. Say, for example, yesterday, which is our next topic now, Oyo State and indigents pretty much are reporting that they, in the dark of night, they were invaded by gunmen and they were killed, properties burned and destroyed, and that was on social media. So what do you do with that? You think it's too much information?
It's too much. Nobody knows the gravity of that information on the platform.
Oh, you don't want the gravity. You just want a little bit. You don't want the truth. You just want a little bit.
We want the truth. We want the truth. We know the social media. We know some people that can come out with the truth. Settlements in this country have divided.
But you also have to understand that when something like that happens, the people around are reporting it. And this is not me necessarily making a case for anybody here. This is just me trying to be as centered as I can. So, a man wakes up in the morning, realizes that his neighbors have been killed, 20 of them, about 20 of them. He picks up his phone, makes a recording of the video, posts it online. So how you don't want that. You don't want...
Exactly. 100% I want it. What it is, let them come up with it. If there's a truth information, let them treat it the way it was.
Yeah, but that's pretty much what people are responding to largely, except you have something else you've stumbled on.
There's information that is not real. I'm not
so you think misinformation is the problem of social media? Are you active on social media?
Yes, I am.
So have you been persuaded in one stead due to misinformation? Like someone told you something and you checked it was a lie.
A lot of information will come that I just ignore.
Oh.
Because I know what
okay.
I am. I can't just go and be following people on...
Is it possible that you have considered whether there are other challenges that could have equal capacity to undermine our joint unity, or maybe even greater capacity of undermining our joint unity?
Exactly.
Have you thought about that?
Of course, yes. NTA cannot go to US without obeying their law.
Okay, yeah.
You understand? So, Twitter cannot come here, Jack cannot come here. Joe, let me tell you something. In your house today, if somebody come and slap your father, you'll be no children will be happy with it.
Yeah.
You understand? So this country, Buhari is father to the whole country.
Okay.
Forget about the sentiment. It's the leader. So whatever is happened to him is happening to the masses. If you think it's not concerning you that they should be embarrassing him, when you are there, it will happen to you at the same time.
I mean,
Where
you're
the
right.
thing of
Except we're
people-
talking about a country that claims to function on a democracy. However, nascent the democracy, but we call it a democracy, where everyone follows certain rules and regulations. You kind of get it.
Exactly. Freedom of speech, freedom of this, freedom of that.
But you
It's
don't
in
really
every
want freedom
country.
of speech based on
We want
culture.
it. We want
You
it.
don't-
But you see, America has freedom of speech. We cannot see any nonsense in America with the freedom of speech. So in Nigeria, there's no rule, there's no regulation. So freedom of speech is
Alright.
allowing everybody to say anything they like.
So you just want some
Which is
people
bad.
not to say too much or say anything at all. And
Say
if
what
they
you
if
know
they
is good that it can combine the whole
so
system
let
that
me
cannot
so if
cause
what a
integration.
person says is true, does that undermine our unity in any way?
If
Does
you are
that have
saying
the
the truth,
capacity to undermine our unity in any way?
100%. If you see something that is on the social media, 60% of it is the false information.
Or 60% is false information.
100%. I'm telling you the truth.
No, I mean it's your truth. I could not necessarily argue with that. All right. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that.
All right, Joyce,
Thank
I
you.
really appreciate your
Thank
program.
you. Thank
Keep it
you.
up.
Thank you. So I want to know whether our friends have anything for or against the motion. Welcome, Patrick from Festac. We're glad to have you.
Good afternoon.
You have to speak up for us. Tell us your name and you can go ahead real quick. The phone line's buzzing.
Good afternoon. My
Yeah,
name
thank
is
you.
Patrick,
We
and
know
I'm
that. Go
calling
ahead.
from Festac.
Thank you.
Okay. My contribution is the issue of suspending Twitter. For me, I just see it as a prelude because I observe that this government doesn't like criticism. Even when you are making some concrete criticism, it's like they will come hounding you. But this is not how to run a country. You must accept criticism. After all, the people in this government, they also criticize the past government. And it wasn't like this. Why do you want to cage every Nigerian? So we must submit to your own whims and caprices. Whatever you like to do, just do it.
Okay.
You don't consider the
So what do you think about the
Now-
NBC regulating social media? And given, the stories you've heard about how deeply we can breathe as stations or media houses, how
like we
freely
have
we
been
can
saying,
breathe.
is social media cannot cause disunity. Already there's disunity. Now let me just give a typical
Oh, you
example.
think already
What is
there's
going
this
on?
unity?
There is disunity.
And Twitter is not necessarily the one giving fuel to the fire.
The exception of we start using social media.
Okay.
There has been disunity. Okay, now look at presently. This Fulani herdsmen has been on rampage for how long? And I've never had our government come out to criticize or condemn them outrightly. They're pampering them.
Okay.
This alone can cause separation. It can cause agitation. It can cause so many other negative vices.
Okay.
So it's not just social media. We are just trying to push blames to other avenues.
All
they
right.
know what to do, but they are not doing it.
Thank you.
That is the right thing.
All right. I do appreciate your contribution. Thank you. I have Chris here on WhatsApp. He says, I think the Nigerian government is right. We have to regulate social media. And since we can't restrict user, let them regulate the platform and hold them accountable to what happens on their platform. It happens elsewhere and Nigeria isn't an exception. This is Chris on my WhatsApp. I have loads of messages here. Let me see this one. You say the banning of Twitter is very bad by the Nigerian government. This is Silas from Bauchi State. Oh, wow. We have friends from far and near. Hello, Joyce. I agree to you. This is the latest civil war. The government is nothing to offer. And I think you mean that they're not brilliant enough to hold the citizens' stand. Still, okay, so it's about the way the words are placed. I do apologize. I might not be able to read that. Good afternoon, Joyce. My name is Sadiq. Twitter is not our problem in Nigeria. It's Boko Haram, terrorists, bandits terrorizing us. That's our problem in Nigeria. All right. So, what do you think about the regulation? Satisfied, happy, that smile on your face? Is there ease? Are you happy that things will finally happen the way that they should? Like you pretty much hear the much that you should, and what's not necessary by way of news reporting you don't get to hear, because maybe that's one of the upsides of regulation. We have a friend here who says his name's Dennis. People on Twitter were already calling for a protest before the federal government suspended Twitter. I support the federal government on the regulation of social media because many people are irresponsible, or say many social media cause many are irresponsible on the use of social media. So quite a number of people in support of what's happening. You say the last caller is very ignorant. A lot of them can't say half of what they say on radio. It's very... What do you mean? I don't know why I think I lost you there. All right. Someone is tagging me to the possibility that the Nigerian Bar Association has said that it could sue the federal government if they don't reverse the ban. Well, this is a moving story, and as it evolves, as the story evolves, we'll get to share a lot more with you. Well, the statement by your caller that says Buhari is our father, or is a father to us, please, I disagree. I don't like that. We employed him there, so the president is working for me, us, not my father. Please, there's a difference. Oh, this is Chris, who's not necessarily taking that one line down. Oh, well, this is a little too long. I do apologize. Joyce, how do you talk to these people and not flip? Well, I just don't flip. 99.3 Nigeria Info. This is too long. I do apologize. If you can really just squeeze your opinion in 2 sentences, you have absolutely no idea how grateful I'll be. Well, you say, Kanu similarly decisive message reported. For that caller that supports the federal government's recent action, Twitter wouldn't delete someone's tweet if they've not been reported. That's the process. Thank you very much. Someone saying Twitter will not delete a tweet if you don't report the tweet. The last caller is very ignorant. A lot of them can't. Okay, I think I read this before. Did you send it again? Joyce, I support the regulation of social media. I read that before. Yeah, your name is Abong. Let's see. The last caller calling from Abuja doesn't know what he is talking about. He was contradicting himself with unintelligent statements to defend the government's illegalities. He should stop insulting the people's intelligence. The government shouldn't stop chasing shadows. The AGF is the worst AGF in the history of Nigeria. All the lawyers in the government are competent embarrassments to the legal profession. All right. So, the regulation of social media, well, was pretty much set to take immediate effect. I pretty much wanted to know how that sits with you. We're going to go off on a break. When we come back. Can I do one more? Okay, let's do one more call, maybe even 2. The phone lines wouldn't stop ringing. We have to go to another topic now, and I think it kind of links. I want to know your faith with the development as far as kidnapping goes. Good afternoon to you. How are you? Can you hear me? Sorry about that. If you can make it back, I'll appreciate. Good afternoon to you. I want to hear your opinion. Can you hear me?
Hello, Joy. Good afternoon.
Turn off your radio, please.
Yes, off already.
Welcome. What's your name? Go ahead.
You see, Joy, this country, I'm getting tired of it. If I can have my way, I will have said, let me travel somewhere else. But I didn't have anywhere to go. This is my country.
Yeah.
And when we are voting, we vote with all our hearts. We didn't look back when we are voting. We look front, say this man can be a help for us as a youth growing up. But now what you are seeing is disappointment.
Are you disappointed? Why are you disappointed?
We are disappointed now. You see, is he the only one that is in Twitter? Even if he's the one on top, should have respect us. Because this thing have taken food from many millions of people. They're taking food out of their mouth. So I wonder how they will feel it now.
Well, so we're hoping that maybe at some point Twitter would come back. Because right now what we hear is that this is an indefinite.
What of the money missing? What of the money you have lose? What of the money you have lose for the days? Other countries are looking for something to develop them. But we are looking something to put us in the backward level. I think this is a call to order. We should know whom we are going to vote for in 2023.
Thank you very much.
If it's not young person, let's rule that person off. Above 50, we should rule them off. Let's find the younger ones.
What do you think about the NBC regulating social media?
Let them do that. It's okay.
All right.
I didn't support any violence. I didn't support anybody to criticize anybody.
Yeah, but the problem usually is not that it's going to be violent. It's that it could be read or interpreted to be violent. And you know, for example, when some people get angry and just go out blotting out whatever it is they're thinking.
Okay, I'm just posting anything on that.
Well, maybe not necessarily post anything. They might post what they believe to be their truth is.
But at least they should affect it well. Because when I'm angry, I want something to be corrected. I can't be suffering and smiling. I have to voice out what is my problem, and you know it. If you look at it,
I
and
can
it's
I
not
can
good,
I
then
can
tell me,
guarantee I can guarantee that this topic is coming back again. But it's all right.
please bring it back.
Yeah,
Bring it back.
I
Not
can,
tomorrow
I
or
can, I
next.
can. No. We're gonna allow this a few weeks, maybe a few months, then the topic will come back. Mark this.
Okay.
Thank you very much for calling. One more call and then we'll go for the break. Hello.
Good afternoon.
We're glad to have you. Turn off your radio. Tell us your name.
This is Mr. Benga from Ikorodu.
We're glad to have you here.
You see, let me tell you the truth. As you are there now, Nigerians know what is right, but they don't believe what is right. They don't love what is right in this country. If to say you love what is right in this country, you will do what is right.
What
this
are you
thing that we are saying today,
Yeah.
this shooter, the inspiration came from God, and it's good for all human beings to be used. If you want to regulate the NBC, have they regulate the one on television, the radio very well?
Well, yeah, they're regulating us. We got fined. I mean, we got fined the last time. That one still hurts
You
me.
said, let me give you an instance.
Yeah.
When my friend, your colleague, when you bring this man on your radio station, and the man said that the president and the governor, the sitting governor, have hands in what is happening in Nigeria.
He didn't say
Do
the
they not give you
president.
fine?
He
Do
didn't
they
say.
give you fine?
Yeah, but he didn't say the president. Okay, yeah, I see your point though. So what do you?
They give you fine?
Yeah.
They give, how much? How much?
Why you gonna help us pay it? Why are you asking?
Is it 5 million? We had it then.
So what's your point?
So my point now is that someone said in his segment, I will fix you in the way you understand. And someone wants to correct you. You don't want someone to correct you at all. It means that you are perfect. In fact, this one is one of the things we must tell ourselves the truth. Even though God has created us, people criticize him. Why we are all human beings now? Let's tell ourselves the truth. This is disorderliness.
Are you happy now that? Are you happy now that NBC is going to regulate pretty much the consuming of media, the consumption of media? Are you glad? Are you satisfied with that?
Even though God gave us law, the God that created us, He gave us law. Do they follow law in this country? Let me ask you, Joyce.
I mean, you're asking me. I'm hardly a government official.
You see, all of us, we know the right thing, but this government is untruthful government.
Okay. Good afternoon. We're off on a break. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back on the sunny side.
be that somebody will come and say, I'm the only one coming in another 1 or 2 months. You will see that place is like a market. Yes, from 1 person to 2 to 3 to 4, you don't even know those who are living in that kind of compound. You cannot say, where do you work? Don't worry, I'll tell you.
Over here. I married my wife when she was very young, and now we have 4 children, and 2 has finished university. She now hate me so much that I've been cheating on her. I'm not happy with the marriage again. I don't still love her, but the way she treats me is the way I don't like it, because she's insult me. She bring me to nothing, even in the front of my children.
Time brings us here.
People don't want to see what this government has done, and it's left for them. They want to be picking money on the street. They want government to be dashing money. Government is not Father Christmas. Government will only create the neighborhood.
No, but the people, I don't think that's what the people want, to be honest.
What do they want?
They don't want the government dashing them money. They want something that looks like a fair standard of living. Fair, like just good enough to be called a way to live. My work's done. The sun sets here. Mondays through Thursdays on your number 1 station for talk, 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Join the conversation no matter where you are. Download our mobile app by searching Nigeria Info FM on the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store. Also, get news updates in sports, entertainment, news, and current affairs right on the app. 99.3 Nigeria Info.
My
Let's talk.
every now. Enjo, what is now? That is money you just call me. See, 9 Mobile, they give me call bonus while I finish. Now all my guys go here.
If you never recharge your 9 Mobile line for 40 days or more, recharge 200 naira and above, and we go summer you 6 times your recharge and double data bonus.
I'll follow my guy. I go block you now. You go see him.
Terms and conditions dey. 9 Mobile.
My people, how far? See, if any kind person say you want the coded password for your bank app, I be your PIN. Your card PIN, I be the 3 number with the back of your card. Your pay ID, I be the answer for your security question. I beg, don't give them all this information. Them suppose they coded. You no suppose share them with anybody. Make you wise up. No make them scam you. This message now from Kuda Microfinance Bank, the bank of the free. Make you download Kuda for your Play Store or for App Store to open account. Make you start to enjoy your banking.
99.3 Nigeria Info, your number 1 station for talk. Let's talk. The sunny side with Joyce.
Look, my deepest apologies. I cannot take all the calls or say all the messages. But yo, thank you. We kind of extracted some sense out of that moment that we had talking about NBC now regulating social media. It would appear that I think I'm not getting from you, honestly, what I wanted. Yeah. So I make right to say that this topic is going to come back again, because given the developments, you would see how this plays out. But the intent is to have a peaceful nation void of anarchy. And we're hoping that given the developments after today, we would have something to at least be happy with. At least that's the prayer. Yeah? Something to be happy about. Now we're going to segue into another conversation, which is the killings reported over the weekend. Kebbi State reports 66 people killed. Yesterday, about 20 from Oyo State. I want to even mention that 5 days or 6 days ago, I read from the Nation. The Nation reported something that I found very interesting, and I think I have a few minutes to share that with you. So on the other side of 2, we open up the telephone lines and talk about how we're managing kidnapping. I mean, we obviously have a whole lot of problems to deal with, but now giving this ceaseless things like kidnapping or the killing of innocent Nigerians, are we doing enough, and are we going quickly? I mean, if you look at the pace at which Twitter and the developments around Twitter happened in a number of days, I want you to compare that to the story and developing events around dealing with banditry. And I want to hear what you have to say about pace and maybe what you think we prioritize more. Yeah? Okay. Oyo State Security Network, codename Amotekun Corps, pretty much June 2nd had something to say, and it made it to the news. General Kunle Togun, retired, alleged that foreign Fulani herdsmen encamped the entire southwest region. In his words, he said they have encamped the entire southwest region and may strike if nothing is done urgently. He is a former director of Military Intelligence, DMI, and former Deputy Director General of State Security Service, SSS. However, he advised people to be security conscious and prepare to defend themselves. According to this gentleman, he says foreigners have been penetrating localities in the region to monitor the environment over the years to pave way for a big strike, he says. The strike, according to intelligence report, he said, will be aided by local collaborators, but he believes that God will certainly help Nigeria. Well, that was June 2nd. And then 6 days after he said that, news had it from Oyo State, scores of gunmen attacked Igogon and killed about 20 people. Some say 17, some say 20. Yep. Okay, and then they destroyed properties. So, people of Oyo State woke up to the news of not just destruction, but also deaths. And they accuse herders, herdsmen. They say, well, a few bad men came to town and wreaked havoc. We're off on a break. When we come back, we're talking about this. Don't go anywhere.
You don't have to leave home without us again. Listen on the air and online. Just search Nigeria Info FM on the Apple app or Google Play. 99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.